So Chadwick, you're Black Panther. How the heck did that happen?
Hold up. Let's go. Wakanda forever!
Let's go.
It happened because, Marvel was ready to bring the character into their cinematic universe in Captain America Civil War, and they also knew that they wanted to do a standalone movie. I think it's something that they had been trying to figure out how to do for quite some time.
Who are you? He's called the Black Panther.
And so I'm Black Panther because it was a few people's baby that they were trying to raise and they were trying to give birth to, actually. And it was the right time. They called me up and said, I think you're interested in this character. And, we think we're ready to bring him into our world. Do you want to play it? And I said, yeah, of course I do.
Quite quick, yeah, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I said yes, and here we are.
I am not my father.
T'Challa, task force will decide who brings in Barnes.
Don't bother Miss Romanoff. I'll kill him myself.
Now, when you put on the costume for the very first time, how did that feel to inhabit the role in that way?
The suit, it gives you a sense of a knight. It gives you a sense of, at the same time, a samurai. It feels like a ninja. There's some stealth quality to it. There are different designs within it that still feel like it is very African and from the continent.
Your suit, it's vibranium?
It feels like it's armor.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations.
All of that sort of starts to run through your mind and your imagination. You're a kid, essentially, when you're playing a superhero. You're doing what you always did when you were playing in the backyard or at your friend's house.
Who are you?
And so I think you just have to sort of go into that childlike place and just do what you did when you were 5 years old. That's what this is.
Must be so grateful that you don't have to wear the traditional cape.
Well, the cape would be very complicated in terms of to deal with. It would be hard to deal with that and move around.
Let's go!
Black Panther likes hanging off the back of cars, like a cat. And when you've got a cape going on,
Yeah.
that's just not
It would
gonna
be
work.
difficult. There are drawings in the comic book where he has a cape, though. So, glad that's not there now.
How much of it on screen is you in the suit?
It's a great deal. It's a great deal of it, yeah. Yeah, I can never say that, though, You can never say that. Let me say it like this. Throughout all the stunts that are done, even when it's you, it still is the stunt people. Because they've trained you for it. They've spent a lot of time in stunt training, taking you through the pros and cons of doing something a certain way. They've essentially prepared you for that moment where it's gonna be an adrenaline rush. And so, even when it's you, it's still them.
What does it mean to you to play this role? Because this is a seminal role. It's really important. And how much of an honor is it for you to play Black Panther?
I don't really have words to define that.
Mm-hmm.
It's humbling to be able to do it. It's like, at the end of the day, it's one of those things that you have to just thank God that you are in this position, and you can't explain it any other way. You can't say, well, I'm the best person for the role. You can't say, I deserve it. I put the work in for it. None of that makes sense. Whether you auditioned or you didn't, that's why you spend the time in the gym. That's why you spend the time doing research. That's why you deal with the long hours, because you know that this is a meaningful process.
Do you have a particular bit of fan meme or a poster that has stood out to you that you love?
Yeah, it was a drawing that a kid gave me at Comic-Con. he was wearing a Spider-Man outfit, but he drew Black Panther on a card and said, "You're my favorite superhero." And I was like, okay, well, next year you have to come as Black Panther. Then you can't come as Spider-Man. but his drawing, I keep it in my office.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
And I know everyone's asking you this, but what can't you tell us about Avengers Infinity War?
I can't tell you anything.
How many people in one scene are you in with? Because apparently the numbers are gigantic.
That's a tough question, because when a movie is this big and the landscape of it is so big, I may be in a scene with 10 people, 5 people, 20 people.
It's safe to say there are regular movies, then there are Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chadwick.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for watching. For more, check out my BBC iPlayer show if you're in the UK, Movies with Ali Plumb. Otherwise, just don't forget to listen to me on Greg James's show on BBC Radio 1 every Thursday at about 6:15, where you can hear the very latest movie reviews from yours truly.